So he called me to come and remove this nest for him. I showed up with my vacuum and started vacuuming up all the workers and things, and this was...
Those things, they just live to attack. And I was like, alrighty then. Welcome to the channel, folks. I'm Don. I just got the idea the other day. I've seen a number of these videos of folks who remove bald-faced hornets nests from people's homes. And I had one removed from my front yard, right in front of my door. I didn't even see this nest being built. It was like 7 or 8 feet from my door, buried, concealed so well inside a bush. And I had the folks come take that thing away after one of them attacked me, right? Just like was burrowing into my pinky. I could not believe the intent on this hornet where I went like this and it still didn't come off. It was just trying to dig into my bones, it seemed. Had them remove it. The following year, a nest burrowed up under the soffit, and one day I work out of the house. I'm getting work done in the kitchen, and I've got to go up in my bedroom. I want to get a shirt out of my closet. I go into my bedroom, and I see 4 or 5 bald-faced hornets flying around. I'm like, where did they come from? 7, 8, 9. I'm seeing all these hornets, like they're like growing. I'm like, where are they coming from? Are they coming out of a vent? Like where? And I don't see anywhere where they're coming from, and yet their numbers are multiplying. So I go downstairs and get wasp spray that I had from the prior nest, and that stuff shoots really far. There's now about 20 or 25 of them in my master bedroom going toward the window, at the window. I spray the whole thing, shut the door, leave. Go back up there. They're all dead, all but one. And I'm like, well, I can handle one. I go into my closet to get my shirt, and there's about 200 of them in my closet. And it's one of these moments where I'm like, oh my God, if that happened in the middle of the night, it was during a drought, whoop, they tunneled in through the drywall in the ceiling. I couldn't get the folks to come for 2 days. It was late on a Friday afternoon and all the pest companies were closed for the weekend. So I had to sleep in the guest bedroom, hoping they didn't tunnel in through that one too. And anyway, they came and got him out on Monday, and my opinion on these things changed right away. I went from I would catch bugs, bees, ants, anything, and put them outside. And I still do that for the most part, but with these bald-faced hornets, they are nasty. So I just got the idea, I'm going to see about a morality issue. What you think about the value of life. What life is worth it? Under what conditions is it worth ending life? Whether it's human life, whether it's your pet's life, whether it's a coyote's life, whatever. And in this case, what's your ideas? But we're going to look at the removal of a bald-faced hornet's nest. When the guy came to remove the hornets from the nest from my place, I was just chatting with him, and I asked him if, like, he works with pests, he gets rid of rats, he's got to do all this kind of stuff. And I said, what is your least favorite part of your job? And he just pointed up at the window in my bedroom. He said, bald-faced hornets. He said, they don't serve a purpose. Honeybees serve a purpose. Other types of bees serve a purpose. They pollinate, they do this, that. Those things, they just live to attack. And I was like, alrighty then. And this is on the Hornet King's. He's got almost 2 million subscribers because he's been posting for a few years. So I'll put the link to his channel down there. And I kid you not, when you go watch these other videos he does, you can't stop watching them. So here we go.
So I got a call from a client who got attacked by this ground nest of yellow jackets. Him and his dog had gone out for a walked through the front yard, and got attacked. So he called me to come and remove this nest for him. I showed up with my vacuum and started vacuuming up all the workers and things, and this was an eastern yellow jacket, Vespula maculifrons colony, and it was absolutely booming. It was like an airport going in and out of this spot. So I just pound on the ground to stir up as much of the workers and guards as I possibly can, and a bunch of them were coming out. There was over 3,000 yellow jackets in this colony. And you can even see there's some queens that are coming out here. So this was later in the season. A lot of queens had hatched, and they were pouring out of the nest too to try to preserve the lineage.
And I found out, I didn't know that these hornets until I had them in my tree and stuff, but that a lot, I think 90% of hornets' nests are underground. So you'd be riding your lawnmower along somewhere, and if you happen to run over one of them, those vibrations, they'll come out and attack.
So I start digging up the nest once I vacuum up as many of the workers and guards as I possibly can out of the entranceway, and I just start exposing the top of the nest, excavating using the shovel, my hands, and mainly the vacuum. So I suck up a bunch of dirt and things to try to expose as much of the comb as I possibly can, so that way I can just pull this thing out by hand.
Wow.
And you'll notice that there's a massive cavity here, and this cavity, the entire thing was dug out by the yellow jackets. A founding queen will dig inside of an old rodent tunnel, and then she will carve out this empire from one single queen all the way up to these thousands of workers. And just look at this nest. It is absolutely packed with pupae and larvae. This thing weighed about 5 pounds and was completely packed with yellow jacket guards. In between the layers, there was a lot of males, there was a lot of queens, plus the larva and the pupa.
I'd love to know how they make those cones so perfectly, like the individual ones.
So this is inside the cavity. You can see all the paper at the bottom. That's called envelope. They encase the comb with the envelope. And this is the queen. I pulled her out of the cavity. She was trying to hide. And into the vacuum she goes. Shoop.
She makes all
so
those
this
eggs?
is the inside of the cavity. Just vacuum up the rest of the envelope and any guards and workers and males and queens that are down inside the cavity. And this is the easiest part of the process because all the workers and things that we're attacking have kind of died down. Now you will see some ones flying around, and those are the workers that are coming back from foraging.
Yeah.
So down inside this hole, you'll notice that all these stones are picked completely clean of dirt. They are completely polished almost, because the workers, when they excavate these cavities, they smooth out everything. The roots, the stones, everything.
Wow.
Good as new. Never know I was there. So I bring the nests home and feed them to my animals, my emus, my chickens, my rhea, and my squirrels.
Ew, look at them. Wow. I don't know squirrels ate those. I guess they eat everything, right? It is pretty cool that we could be friends with just about, not all animals. I mean, crocodiles, alligators, those things are just, they just kill. That's it. There's just in there. But like a squirrel, something like that, they'll hang out with you if you feed it. You know, I'll be cats, dogs, they do it too. All right. I wrapped it up a little bit early there. That's a cute part about the squirrel. But this was really about a morality issue. What do you think about us humans taking control of our environment? What we're used to is comfort, and we don't want to be attacked by anything. Makes complete sense. We have homes to keep out things that could cause us harm, from bears to other sorts of animals. Raccoons will tear your house up, but those little things, those bald-faced hornets, we generally have no problem killing them, because when something is that dangerous, we say it's gotta go. Is it right? Is it wrong? Is there a different type of treatment we should have? I know people debate the death penalty in humans and say, well, you better make sure you've got it right because it's irreversible. And I'm not saying this is parallel reasoning. I'm saying we do think things through. There's always some kind of nuance to our general lines of thinking about what is the proper treatment when you're the apex predator and you can think things through a little bit differently. What is the different type of treatment? I think it's illegal to kill honeybees because they pollinate, and I think their population was declining for a while. At least that's what the reports were. Love to get your thoughts on that. And if you want to go see what this guy does, there are sometimes 4-foot nests on the outside of a broken down barn or something that he's got to go take down. And the way he gets swarmed, I don't know why he's not wearing a metal suit. All right, guys, this is part of philosophy. What's the proper treatment of hornets? Are they good to go under any circumstances or what? Have a great day. See you on another video. Please subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.
He got attacked, so he called me to come and remove this nest for him. I showed up with my vacuum and started vacuuming up all the workers and things.